All right. What's up, everybody? Well, nobody's here, of course, but all right, let's get this rocking and rolling. So this is actually my first time going live, so I'll wait for a couple people to trickle in. I know the playoffs start in about an hour. Don't get it twisted. I will be watching as well. Just because some people sent me questions, don't mean that you guys can't ask questions live. So come on in, come on in. I want y'all to come on in, ask whatever. All topics are open. This isn't about being comedic or relationships or whatever. This is just me. I've never gone live before. So I said today would be the day right before the game because I know once it starts, I'm going to be all in. Nicole, shout out to you. You have been very, very consistent with your comments, and I appreciate it. And you always share things. So thank you, Nicole. I have noticed. And thank you a lot. What's up, Rod? I'm going for the Suns. You know what, Al, bro? I think the Suns going to win too. It seems like destiny is set up for Chris Paul. I mean, it sounds crazy, but with the injuries that worked out, for him to survive a terrible shoulder injury, everybody in his role got hurt. AD got hurt in his route. Old buddy for the Nuggets got hurt. Who else just got hurt in this last series? Oh, Kawhi got hurt, of course. So you knew the Clippers weren't going to beat the Suns without that. So I think it's just set up for him. Then, I'm here in Atlanta. So, I mean, I'm a Lakers fan, but I always root for Atlanta because I've been here 14 years. So, no, 17 years. I'm wrong. I did the math incorrectly just then. So I've been here 17 years. So I always root for them. And I work for them as well. I don't know if y'all seen, I posted the video. So I MC for the Hawks. Here and there. I'm just on call. So sometimes they call me randomly and be like, hey, man, you want to host a game? And I'm like, hell yeah. And I can go. So, of course. And I bring your questions in before I get to the ones that were emailed to me. Let's see. What does somebody say? You've been out a good minute. You've been out a good minute, right? Out as far as what, King? I don't know what you mean. Keep making these videos, man. You are fun. Thank you. Thank you, man. And I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are kind of what keeps me going with the YouTube. Everybody knows, well, it's one of the questions, so I won't answer it right now. But I thank y'all for continuously watching and, things of that nature. Also, I'm going to tell you what's next because that's actually one of the questions, like how did I get started? But thank you. I do try to keep the funny comment. CP3 would have had one when he was with the Rockets, but James Harden messed that up. Yeah, he was ball hogging because I'm going to tell you the game where they lost. I remember exactly where I was. I was on the ship. Watching the game. I was on a cruise. And James Harden missed what? That's the game where he missed like 14 3-pointers. I'm like, bro, once you miss 7, you should have just knew right then that this is not your night for the 3-pointers. So let that go. Let that ride. Right? And then you already know how they go. So I don't know what they be on. All right. So if y'all don't have any questions in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and go to my list here. All right. So somebody asked me who I think was going to win the playoffs. I think it's going to be the Suns in 6. I don't think Giannis is going to be able to play, so I'm not really worried about that. Somebody asked me, how did I get started with YouTube? Okay, so that's a funny answer. So I actually didn't just start with YouTube. I was like most people where they start this and then it's not really going in their favor. So they kind of fall off of it. But I was actually always really, really consistent with my acting. If y'all can look at my IMDb, I've done a few TV shows and a few movies outside of YouTube. And I got more consistent with that, and I kind of let the YouTube go. But I do got a funny story. My very first YouTube video was in 2010. And me and some people laugh about this sometimes. My very first video went viral. I did a video called Man Laws. You look, it's still on my page right now. But I used a Beyonce song within the video. So the video did millions of views. It got shared to Comedy Hype. It got shared to Tosh.0. It was a segment from it on Tosh.0. It got shared onto World Star Hip Hop when it was fresh. And then it just went viral, right? And then they flagged it and said that I wasn't allowed to use the Beyonce song. So they took the video down. And then I tried to put it back up. And then it didn't do as many numbers. But that was my first video. So then I did about 3 more videos in 2010. And then they did okay, but not like the very first one. And then it wasn't like the very first one. The first one just went crazy. Oh, you remember that, King? Yeah, that's dope. So yeah, like I said, that was my first video. My very first YouTube video actually went viral in 2010. But then I did about eight more, maybe 10 max, and they just weren't really hitting. So I kind of just let it go, and I was just like, you know what, this ain't my thing. I'm gonna let that go. Now, how I got back into it, I was shooting skits with this young lady by the name of Tiny. Y'all might know her as Indescribable on Instagram. Me and her got put together in a short film, and we had really good chemistry. And we did a video together that went viral on her Facebook, which she had been doing it really, really more consistent than I was. So then somebody was like, yo, y'all should work together. So then we find out, when we were talking about working together, we found out that we stayed 5 minutes away from each other. And so then we started a little team. So it was me, Indescribable, a young lady by the name of Toya Sessoms, which y'all see, she's going to be in a video I'm doing next week. And a guy by the name of John Mason, who is the nephew of Don DC Curry. And then we shot together for about 2 months. We got together just every Wednesday, and we would shoot and rock out and do about 5 videos. And then one day I'm sitting in the living room, and in walks this light-skinned kid who I've never seen before. I've never heard of. I've never seen. And guess who that is? That's Fenarios. But this is in 2015. So he's not the Fenarios or the Lonnie that y'all know now. He was just this guy that was doing really good on Facebook. He wasn't killing like on Facebook and YouTube like he is today. So then we became a team, and then that team just kind of dismantled for, unforeseen reasons. Wasn't no beef. Nobody was angry with anybody. You know, people just get busy. Their schedules change or their moods change or whatever. So that's how I got started with the YouTube. So then once that team dismantled, I got booked to work for Disney Cruise Lines. So I worked for Disney Cruise Lines for 3 years, for those y'all that didn't know. And then I went away. And when I went away, a lot of the people around me started killing YouTube. I was cool with like Lonnie started killing, Tiny started killing, Shula King started killing. Who else started killing that I knew of? My boy Funny Man that does the Alabama videos. He became a monster. We're actually doing some shows together this month. I'm gonna tell y'all about those. That's one of the questions as well. And then so when I came back from Disney, I hit Lonnie up, and Lonnie's like, "Yo, man." No, I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, man," I said, "I want to shoot some videos, man. I see you doing your thing. I wouldn't mind jumping in." He's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Bet." He said, "I thought I thought." Nobody with the team was fooling with me no more. And I was like, nah, ain't nothing like that. I just been gone. It wasn't no malice. And then he's like, all right, I'll squeeze you in when I can. But I didn't take that personal. That was like I had been gone for 3 years, and I called him out the blue, like, hey man, let me shoot with you. I'm sure he was getting like hundreds of phone calls like that. So it wasn't nothing personal on my end. On his, I didn't take it no kind of way. I get it. A lot of people hit me up randomly. I'm like, where are you coming from with this? So it wasn't time yet. So I was home for about maybe almost a year. Maybe a year I had been home from the ship. And then they started the couples therapy with another guy. Now that's funny. They started couples therapy with another guy. So I still wasn't going to be, Dr. Rod almost never happened. So then the guy hurt his ankle playing basketball. This is funny because it's NBA playoffs, and this actually happened in real life. So the guy goes to play basketball with his homeboys, hurts his ankle. And then Lonnie calls me out the blue, like, hey man, I'm supposed to shoot this skit with this guy called couples therapy. This guy got hurt. You mind coming in? He said, you can learn the script when you get here. I was like, bet. I look at the script. It was kind of long, and it was in a rush. Lonnie was like, you know what, man? Let's just improv it. I like, bet. Now, this is the funny, here's a funny gem I'm going to drop on y'all. The guy's name was Dr. Martin. Dr. Martin. That was the guy's name. So it was never supposed to be Dr. Rod. But I went on one of my little rants that I do that y'all always see. I always just do a random rant. And Lonnie was just like, let the camera keep running. He like, just keep going, keep going. And I love it because him and TK had such great improv energy that allowed me to be myself. And I love people that can be combative in an improv setting. I've done improv truths, I do comedy, so I've done theater, so I love these kind of moments. And then somewhere in the rant that I did, I was like, yeah, and then pay me my money in my cash out. Dr. Rod Fixes. That's Dr. Rod Fixes. Dr. Rod, fixes. Blah, 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 blah. And then the comments was all, oh, Dr. Rod's hilarious. Dr. Rod's hilarious. Dr. Rod hilarious. Then Lonnie calls me again. We do another one. And then he decides, hey, man, we're going to do a week's worth of Dr. Couples Therapy for Valentine's Day, in which they had some great ideas. They did the role play session. They did the, what else did we did the, the one, I don't know if y'all seen the ones I was smacking them in the face with powder. They created all of those. I didn't have any creative help in any of those. So I never take credit for that. I just came and showed up and did what they asked. Because like at this point, I still don't really believe that I can get traction on YouTube yet. So then we go from me. I was only supposed to do that for about 2 or 3 episodes. And now we're like probably 20 plus in. And then Lonnie and Tiffany kind of take me to the side. They're like, yo, man, you should probably try to do this on your own. And I was like, I don't know. Is it going to work with me doing it without y'all in it? You know, I was kind of like that. Because I'm still kind of not bitter from 2010, but I kind of was disappointed with how I had my first video go viral and I could never do it again. And I was just like, I don't know, man. I'll think about it. Hey, guys, my dog wants to say, hey, guys, this is Flash. Hey, Flash, say hey to everybody. All right? Watch out. So, you know, Tiffany's telling me I should do it on my own. Lonnie's telling me I should probably do it on my own. Jay Childish. Everybody was really nice in the ATL verse. I have no issues with anybody in the ATL verse. So let me put that out there too, because that's one of the questions. I don't beef with anybody. It's hard to ruffle my feathers. It's hard to get under my skin. So it's hard for me to be upset. But when I'm upset, I'm upset as hell. So I control it so I don't get there. And so everybody was really, really supportive. And so Jay Childish was telling me, yo, man, I did a video with him as Dr. Rod. He's like, yo, man, I'm telling you, Rod, you need to do one on your own, man, to see how it goes. Because I don't know if y'all remember when I first got on YouTube, all I was doing was other people's videos. I wouldn't do anything on my own. That's why a lot of people didn't even know I had a channel. So finally, I thought that the Dr. Rod was fizzling out. I'm going to be honest about that. I thought it was fizzling out. And I was like, okay, so how am I going to do this on my own? And then randomly, I'm in a movie that comes out this month. It's called Nice Guys Finish Last. I'm going to update y'all when that comes out. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. And I thought it was fizzling out. And then the guy, I was in the movie with this lady by the name of Kim John Noel, which y'all see, she's in some of the Dr. Rods too, when I switched locations. Her husband is a big-time editor, guy named Jaheim the Creator. Now, y'all might recognize his work. He edits for El Hodge TV, if y'all follow him. So he edits his videos, but he lives here. You know, El Hodge lives in LA. So he was like, hey, man, whenever I'm not working, if you want to try to put some stuff together, I'll shoot it for you, this, that, and the third. I was like, okay, cool. So we get together one day and we do 3 Dr. Rods. And this is my first time doing it without the ATL verse. And they did good. So then I was like, oh, snap. I can do this on my own. So then I was like, okay, let me knock out a couple of these. But I'm a theater head. What I mean by that to everybody is I hate doing stuff over and over and over and over and over. So then I was like, well, let me try some other stuff. And then that's when y'all see I start trying other things. And that's when I brought the wrestling in. And I brought Lonnie and them in, just because, it was just love. I appreciate them putting me on their platform. I want to put on my platform. Me and TK actually going to get the brother-sister thing going back next month. So be ready for that. And then I play Tiffany's dad, which is hilarious. I play her dad who had her at 12. And then the things just start hitting. And we're actually doing one of those soon. So that's how I got started on YouTube. And that's how I met all you beautiful people. What are these comments saying? Let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm just going to read a couple of them. Go back to the questions. It says, keep making these videos. You're funny. Thank you. Somebody's going for the Suns. I believe the Suns will win in 6. Your characters have had me rolling, especially when everyone's dad and a therapist. Thank you. We are going to keep those going. Yes, the world needs more Dr. Rod for sure. You know what, Nicole? You've been so loyal. You give me a topic for Dr. Rod, and I guarantee you I'm going to do it by September. You pick a topic, and I'm going to do it by September. Nicole, you guys, this Nicole right here that's in the comments, she comments, shares everything that I do on Facebook. And I see you guys. I know it's a lot of y'all, but I pay attention to things like that. And I'm thankful. What's it says? Somebody said, those are the most natural characters that he portrays. Those make you think he's been that in real life before. That's hilarious. Bro, please, Dr. Rod Fixes is my favorite. They're coming back. They are coming back. All right, let's get another question. Rod, you seem like you work out a lot. Are you into fitness? Yes, I work out about 4 times a week. I cycle. I cycle about 10 to 15 miles a morning, and I lift light weights. I used to lift heavy. I actually used to be into bodybuilding when I was younger. Believe it or not, I weighed 250 pounds when I was 23 through 26. So about 3 years, I weighed about 250. That's the heaviest I got. I lost the weight, and then I tried it again when I was like 31. I thought about doing it again. And then my health just can't handle it. My family has bad genetics with high blood pressure and things of that nature. So the bigger I was, the higher my blood pressure would go, and it was just hard to maintain. I actually started getting a little bigger when I first started doing Dr. Rod. I don't know if y'all noticed. And then I started slimming down again on purpose. So now I just try to be like small. I don't want to be, so now I weigh 200 pounds. So when y'all first met Dr. Rod, I probably weighed 235. And now I weigh 205. And that's just, I work out consistently, and I eat really clean. I'm like a chicken breast, chicken thighs, spinach, asparagus, brown rice type of guy. I don't eat cheese. I try not to drink a lot of juice. If I do, it's one of these sparkling ice. And shout out to Sparkling Ice if they want to give me a sponsorship. I drink probably one of these a day. These are 0 calories, 0 sugar. They don't have crap in them, so they let me kind of do my thing. I hope they answered the question. You're doing some great work representing the HBCUs and community well. Thank you. Yes, I am an HBCU graduate. I graduated from Stillman College. I went to Stillman College on a band scholarship. So I played trumpet and baritone. I also marched drum major at Stillman from 2002 until I graduated in 2005. And believe it or not, I was a music major. So yeah, I thought I wanted to be a band director for a little while, and I tried it for about 2 years. And I was like, this ain't the move. So I went another route. And, I always know I want to be an entertainer, but I come from one of those hardworking blue-collar families where everybody worked hard. All my family works hard, and I'm thankful that they did work hard because I think that's how y'all see the discipline that I have. But I knew I just want to work hard the way that they did. My family's blue-collar. Everybody worked in factories, military, truck drivers, construction workers, clean houses. I had an auntie that ran a daycare. They had these hard corporate jobs. And I was like, that's not me. I need a job where I can go have some fun and make money at the same time. So that's how I got into entertainment. What's this say? Can we get another episode of the last video posted with the couples comparing relationships? You know what's funny, Jerry? I'm glad that you said that. You know what's funny? I'm going to say this. That was one of my least favorite episodes. I'm very particular about how the comedy comes across. And I wonder how people receive that. But a lot of people end up liking it. You know why? It's not that I didn't like the performances. I did like the performances, but we shot that on a whim. And when I say on a whim, we had just shot that House Hunter episode that y'all seen that everybody loved. That thing is about to do 200,000. So if you haven't seen House Hunters, go check that out. It's almost about to hit 200,000 soon. We did House Hunters and we did another Dr. Rod, and then we was about to wrap. I mean, literally, everybody was putting stuff up. Everybody was getting dressed to, put their leave the house clothes on. And then so I was like, I was standing next to Chingy, which is the light-skinned young lady's name, and then Jeff was standing next to Bella, which was the chocolate sister's name. And I was like, how I said, don't it be funny when couples get together and they just kind of be trying to out-couple each other. And then my producers, which is Demetrius Quinney and Brian Westbrook, these are some great guys. So those are the guys behind the scenes. When y'all see me shooting these new videos at that new house and that location I've been shooting, we have a film team called Focus Firm, I think it is. We're gonna think of a name to come together with, but they have the Focus Firm that they already ran without me involved, and then we just combined our stuff, Downflash, and then they're like, let's shoot it, and then we shot it. And so what y'all seen was us joking around, and then somebody said, let's shoot it, and then it happened, and then people liked it. But I hate that because that's like I call it magic in a bottle. You're not always going to be able to just not think your skit through and then drop it and then it hits. So things like that, they don't upset me, but it make me be like, man, I don't know if that's going to work. But it did. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you said you liked it. That was pretty cool. And just because I got these list of question guys don't mean y'all can't ask questions. What's the next question? Rod, are you single? No, I'm actually engaged to a beautiful young lady by the name of Jasmine Nelson. You might have seen her. She's going to be in the video that I'm dropping next week. But she's on my Instagram. If you look at my Instagram, if y'all not following me on Instagram, I'll put it right here in the comments so y'all can follow me on Instagram as well. It's in there. But yeah, I'm engaged. I will be getting married April the 4th of next year in Cabo. We actually have an engagement dinner this Monday, July the 11th. Yeah, great woman. She's a ballerina. She also works for a bar here. And we met on Disney Cruise Lines where I worked when I left the first skit team that I was on. We met there and we have been inseparable ever since. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not really into the whole vlogging and couples vlogs and all that. I like to post stuff that is natural. If it's natural, we'll do a skit here and there together, but this ain't her lane. She's a ballerina. She trains very hard for dancing. So I let her do her lane. This is my lane. She's very supportive. She actually records me sometimes. She records me like when I do some of the stuff by myself. Y'all see me running around the house, whatever. That's her recording me. And she's been a stage manager before. She's worked on Broadway. So she knows a lot of things that I don't know. So she actually makes me better. So she gives me a lot of direction. And believe it or not, man, I love the way she gives me direction. Like she attacks me. Like but when I have comedy shows, I ask her like, I got this joke. I'm this, and this. I'm gonna say this and this. And she'd be like, oh, that's good, babe. Or she'd be like, no, that's trash. Throw it away. And I like that. I like I'm one of those rare breeds where I like constructive criticism. I don't shy away from it. That's why you see when people say stuff in the comments, I'm like, okay, cool, receive. Unless they're just being rude, then I just ignore it. But if it's like realistic, I'm like, yeah, cool. So yeah, I am. There's that. Okay, so somebody asked, hey Rob, what's your relationship with ATL verse? I like everybody in ATL verse. Everybody's cool. I know them in tiers. When I say that in tiers, I know some people more than I know the others. So in order, I know the best is probably Lonnie. I probably know him the most out of all five. And then second, probably I know TK. Me and TK actually did a movie together that's coming out in the fall called The Fellas. So I met her after Lonnie, but I met her and we worked really well together on that set. And then Jamal, Jay, and Tiffany, I kind of know them all equally because I met them around the same time. And it's funny, man, because you see everybody on camera with these videos, and it looks like, everybody's talking a lot, hanging out a lot, but it's not actually like that. So the funny thing, me and Tiffany joked about this a couple of weeks ago. So when I first was meeting Tiffany, she would be coming to the film house when I was on my way out. So she'd be coming in, I would be leaving. So I'd be like, hey. So for 4 or 5 months, that's all we had. And then she came up with this dad skit, and we shot it just on a whim. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you play my dad. I thought that'd be funny. I could like, your mom was my babysitter and I got her pregnant, and we just talked about it. And then we shot 4 or 5 of those without ever having a conversation off camera. And so I didn't know her for a while. And then one day, I'm one of those guys, I'm a people person. I can't stand to just be around people and not really know them. So I'll not force conversation, but I'm just a real big extrovert. So I like to talk and I like to know who I'm around, who I'm dealing with. So one day I just stopped. I'm like, yo, Tiffany, man, we don't really know each other. So we need to hang out and get to know each other. Like we shot 5 videos and they're doing mad numbers on her page. Like if you go look at the dad skits on her page, they're all clocking over 100. So they're doing really, really well. But I'm like, we're doing these videos and get all these comments, and I'm on her page, commenting, responding to everybody. And I'm like, man, you don't know each other that well. So then we start like linking up for lunch. Me, her, and Euro. We've linked up a couple of times, so we're really tight. So we hung out a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna do another dad skit in the next couple of weeks. I was really booked in June, so I see somebody say, Rob, we haven't seen you. That's what happened in June. Comedy starting to open back up, so I've had a couple of comedy shows. I was hosting a lot in June. Then I was getting ready for this engagement dinner. That's Monday. And then I'm going to be kind of busy this month too. But I have some videos that I shot that I'm going to be able to drop this month. So it won't seem like I'm as far behind. I hope that answered that question. What's the next question? Rod, what college did you go to? I said that earlier. I went to Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I went to Stillman from 2001 to 2005. All right. Next question is Rod. Okay, I'm not doing that one. Rod, where does your humor come from? Okay, so it's a couple things. So my humor is my grandmother was hilarious. My grandmother's one of the funniest people. God rest her soul. She passed in 2010. She was hilarious though. I mean, she used to crack me up. And then when I was a kid, my mom was a single mom, and so I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. I used to be with her in the summertime. I'll be with her on a lot of weekends. But my grandma was just funny. She cussed a lot. Her and my grandfather, we would go fishing a lot. We loved Def Comedy Jam back when it used to come on Thursdays on HBO back in the day. And I think she was just so funny. I think it trickled into me because my mother's not that funny. She has a good sense of humor, but she's not like a joke teller. My grandmother could tell me stories that had me in tears that I probably wasn't old enough to understand. But she sprinkled that on to me, man. I just remember even my grandmother got a laugh out of me on her dying day. And I always tell this, so she made me laugh on her very last day. I went to her house. And she was watching Bad Girls Club. And I was like, Grandma, what you watching? And she's like, Bad Girls is funny. You ever seen this shit? This shit is hilarious. These bitches crazy. And just to hear her say that, she was 75 and she's watching Bad Girls Club, eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I love that happened because she passed the next day. And that was my last memory that I spent the night at her house. We fell asleep. I fell asleep in her recliner. She had a recliner in her bedroom. I fell asleep in her recliner while she was laughing and watching Bad Girls Club. So I think that's where my humor stemmed from. Now, some of it probably is natural. And then I don't know if some of it mixed together with, me doing theater in college and things of that nature. But I think that carried over because she was just, man, I can think about her in my sleep and wake up laughing. And, it tears me up. Now, it's hard to me even talk about it. I don't really talk about it a lot because it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So, it stings a little bit. But I think that's where it stems from. I think she was She was really, really funny. So there's that. What's next? So what's next? So, like I said, I have 2 movies that are coming out. I got 3. I'm sorry. So we got Bromates is coming out with Fenarios, Lonnie. That comes out Thursday, so it's gonna be a premiere for that. I'm also in a movie called Nice Guys Finish Last, which I shot in Arkansas back in October. So that'll be on Amazon Prime by the end of the month. And then I have The Fellas coming out in the fall. And then I have 3 auditions that I can't mention through my agency that are life-changing. So prayers up for those. I can't really say what they are, but that's what I'm hoping is next. I hope one of them, I wouldn't even have to tell you what it was. I would just wear a shirt that would say everything I needed to say. I already got the shirt ready in case I book it. And then when I wear that shirt, you'll know what happened. I mean, I booked it. So we'll go with that. Somebody, oh, you seen a preview? I haven't even seen a preview. Was it funny? If you got a preview, send it to me. I don't think I even seen a preview. Somebody asked, what somebody said. Somebody said, love when you and Tiny told that story about the DJ at the Mrs. birthday. Man, I seen Tiny yesterday, so we just started back doing the Katie Bo show. We took a little break, got a little hectic, but now we're back. We're gonna start doing it again. And then Tiny brought that same scenario back up. She loved that story because she got to witness it. You know how people tell those kind of stories and they're making it up. That story was true from A to Z. That's exactly how the story went. The way I explained it that day. So that's why it was so natural. Oh, everybody, this is Flash. Say hey, Flash. So that was a true story. So yeah. What's it say? Are you gonna just comedy or do some drama type on your channel? I actually have a drama, Nicole. Did you ever see We Can't Be Friends? It was a drama. And then I'm gonna do another one. I'm doing another one really soon that's gonna be called Lonely Guy. Jay Childish is gonna star in that one. I asked him would he star in it, and he told me he would. So I'm gonna write that and hopefully do it by September. But that's gonna be a drama. Basically, that's Jack Russell Terrier. Come here, boy. He's a Jack Russell Terrier. We adopted him this time last year. We fostered him last July the 1st. And so he's 2. And you know what's funny? He has the same birthday as my grandmother. So that was really special that happened. That was ironic. I didn't even know that when we got him. We went to get him. My girl told me once she stayed on the ship longer than I did. I came home a year ahead of her. So she did 1 more year. And then she told me when she wanted a dog. So I started looking on Best Friends Atlanta. If you guys look for dogs, they always say the phrase adopt, don't shop. There's so many dogs that don't have homes. So that's where we got him from. He's well-trained, housebroken, does give his commands, doesn't bark a lot in the house. So he's really, really cool. And when I got him, we went to take him to the doctor and they found out that his birthday was June 5th, which is the same day as my grandmother's birthday. So that's kind of special, that little special connection. And we named him Flash because me and my girl are both Marvel and DC comic nerds. We both read comic books as kids. We both love Disney and Looney Tunes as kids. And now we met and we just get to be grown kids. And we love it. So we named him Flash. We're going to try to get a house within the next 2 years. And then we're going to get a big dog for the yard. Because right now we're just staying in a condo. It's nice. I'm not ungrateful or anything like that. Don't take it that way. But when we get a house with a backyard, we're going to get, we're looking at a Doberman or a Rottweiler. We want a dog. We're going to name him Batman. All right. So that was that. I hope I'm not freezing. Somebody said, hey, Mr. Rod, do you watch wrestling? Okay. No, not anymore. But let me tell you something. Years of probably me being born until I was about 22. I never missed Monday Nitro. I never missed Monday Night Raw. I probably retired from watching wrestling when The Rock and Stone Cold retired. When they retired, I retired. It's like I lost it. Those are like my top guys. I love The Rock growing up. I love Sting growing up. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, of course, Ric Flair, people like that. Those are my people. And I love wrestling. Then when I got to college, man, I was drum major in the band. I had so much band practice. I started missing it, and it threw my timing off. Wrestling, you have to be locked in because there's so many storylines. And then I was coming back. It was all these people I didn't know. The graphics changed, and then it started becoming too predictable. So for those y'all in the comments that are 80s babies, when we were kids, you had it where the superstars only wrestled each other on pay-per-view. And then when you watch WWF main event, or you watch WCW Saturday night, it was like Sting versus so-and-so, or it would be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus so and so. You know, it would be Bret Hart versus so and so. You know, you wouldn't see Bret Hart fight Stone Cold to a pay-per-view. And then when everybody started fighting each other on, you know, on regular television, I wasn't really a fan of that. So I kind of lost interest. Now, I tried to get back into it. I have a younger cousin. He's 16 now. He lives in Atlanta as well. So, man, his little tradition, when wrestling comes to town, I always call him and ask him, does he want to go? And then we'll go. And he literally has to break it down to me to tell me who's who, because I don't know who's who. I don't know anybody anymore. It's out of control. So I'm not a wrestling fan anymore. But I did grow up loving it. And I love those A&E documentaries they're doing. I don't know if you've seen that. They're doing Beyond the Ring and The Dark Side of the Ring. And they're doing those biographies. So right now they got Bret Hart, Booker T, Stone Cold, Ultimate Warrior, Owen Hart, Flying Brian. Who else is on there? I just watched Mankind, aka Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. So I like those. I like to see behind the scenes because believe it or not, man, a lot of my entertainment career is motivated by wrestlers. I grew up loving wrestling and wanted to be a wrestler, and that's really how I got into bodybuilding. Believe it or not, I actually got recruited by a WWE scout back when I weighed 250 because Diamond Dallas Page has a wrestling facility here, and I was going to start training. And at the time, I was taking a lot of let's just be realistic. I was taking a lot of creatine. And that's what helped me get that much weight. I'm not meant to be a big guy. I'm meant to be small. And I just stopped taking it, you know, health reasons or whatever. I kind of dropped it. And when I dropped the creatine, I dropped the weight. And then the guy was like, well, I kind of wanted you because of the size you were. And I had he had this whole little gimmick set up for me to kind of do the independent circuit and work my way up to the NXT. Before it was called NXT, it was something else back then. But you still had to go to Orlando. So I love their stories because a lot of them, you know, this entertainment thing, it doesn't kick right off. You spend a lot of time, you know, spending more money than you have, not having the money you're not supposed to have. You spend a lot of time like stressed out, worried about auditions, when you gonna get booked, you know, where's your next check coming from, you know, and wrestlers go through that. And they would travel 2,000 and 3,000 miles a night and for a $100 show. And then some of them became the richest superstars we've ever seen. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I watched his documentary. He traveled for a year before he got into WCW for $100 a night. And he might have one show in California and then have to drive up to Canada and then get down to Atlanta for $100 each. But then, you know, one of his last contracts, he's making almost over $10 million a year. So, you know, things work out, man. I love things that manifest themselves. I'm real big into like, you know, things that manifest and things that work out, you know, we put the work in. So I'm all about putting the work in. So I love that part of wrestling. But to actually turn it on and watch it, I'd probably never watch it again. What does it say? What is the biggest role you have booked thus far? So I played a doctor on a TV show called Survivor's Remorse that came on Stars. That was pretty dope. But believe it or not, man, what is the best role that I feel like I've had? I don't know. I'm an in the moment guy. So when something happening in the moment, I'm really into it. So like, for instance, I've had 10 comedy shows where in those particular 10, they felt like the best night I had ever had on stage. It was just those particular 10. I don't know what was going on in my mind those days or in my spirit that day, but it's 10 that I can just remember. There was one on Disney Cruise Lines where I just was like, I couldn't miss. It was like playing, I put it in basketball terms, this is playoff time. It was like I had the hot hand, keep passing me the ball because everything I'm gonna shoot gonna go in. So I had one on Disney Cruise Lines. I had one at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. I had two at the Stardome back to back. It was one Saturday night and one Sunday night where they both went the same. I had one in Montgomery, Alabama. I did a show in California that went really well. I've been to LA twice, and both those shows went really well. I had one in Orlando that went really well. I actually had an online show. It's on my YouTube page. I did a small short snippet of a show with Michael Collier, the legendary Michael Collier, the comedian and actor from House Party 3 and all those different movies that he's done. But that was actually a really good set. And then I've had some videos I've done when I watch them like, yo, man, this is really, really good. So I don't get caught in what's the best. I just like to feel good in the moment. And I love to do good work. And that's why sometimes it's a gift and a curse. But sometimes I really, really overthink what I want to put up. I remember talking to Lonnie about the wrestling skit. I thought about a wrestling skit for 5 months before I actually did it. And then I finally did it, and it did really well. And I was like, oh, that's great. And then that's one of the questions. So let me just make that segue into that. Rod, why don't you do more wrestling skits? Look at my face. Because they hurt, okay? The wrestling skits hurt. I did my own stunts. There was no editing tricks. When I got slammed for real. When she clotheslined me for real. When she drop kicked me, my chest hurt. I hurt my knee in one of them. I skipped up both of my elbows in one of them. One of them I had a headache for 2 days. Even when Lonnie was there, I think he got hurt a little bit. Like the wrestling ring is that part of wrestling was not fake. Now, if I could have started when I was younger, I would have been fine. But you got to think, I'm almost 40. I'll be 38 in a couple weeks. I'll be 38 August 11th. So I'm going to do a big birthday post. So I hope y'all support. I'm trying to do a birthday video. Me and Jazz are trying to figure out where we want to go for my birthday right now. We're choosing between Vegas and Miami. So we'll figure that out. Or I might just do a party here. I don't know. Because we got so much coming up. I don't really want to do a lot of traveling right now. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any questions and I'll get back to the book. I remember the episode, so seeing you on YouTube after I was shot. Oh, yeah, that's pretty dope. Thank you. Got you. I like all the kids, and I'm watching the new AEW. Same reason I stopped watching Predictable. Let's see. I'm trying to read these. You do know you are the best in everyone's skits. Then Jay, then TK, Tiffany, Lambo, Lonnie, Lash, Jamal. So even with that, thank you for that. But when people say that, you can't really say who's the best because, let me explain why you can't explain who's the best when it's a group of us working together. Because you don't know who created the skit, right? So there is no Dr. Rod without TK and Lonnie creating the couples therapy skit, right? And then me playing Tiffany's dad. There is no me playing Tiffany's dad. It was Tiffany's idea. So yes, I killed when she called me to work with her to do it, but she created it. And then she gave me the opportunity to just let me improv and do my thing, which is my strongest weapon as an entertainer is my improv. I'm just really naturally with improv. I can get on live and tell a story and you'll feel like I'm talking to you for 5 minutes, but it'll be an hour because I can just naturally draw a story together. So I don't really anchor who's the best. Because realistically, with the ATL version, if you ask me who's the best person, it was Jay Childish. He's so talented, man, and gifted mentally. The way he thinks, the way he writes. You can shoot a skit with Jay Childish, and I'm gonna give this a real story. Go back and watch the skit where the pizza man that Jay Childish plays meets Nick Fury, and I play Nick Fury. Now go back and watch it. But after I tell you this story, that day we were sitting upstairs doing something else, and then Jay was like, "Hey man, I got this skit I want you to do. But I want you to dress like Nick Fury." I'm like, "All right, bet." He gives me the eye patch. I brought my own black coat. I had my own black gloves. He had the toy gun or whatever, right? We go downstairs, and Jay's talking to me while the cameras are running. And as he's explaining the skit to me, I'm like, I'm about to bomb on this skit because I have no damn idea what he's talking about. I don't understand the premise of the skit. As I say that, he says, "I got everything I need." Now go back and watch the skit and remember what I said. I didn't even know we were filming. That's how talented he is. He pieced together this skit, and I didn't even know what the hell we was doing. I was like, "Do what now?" So I was just kind of like, you want me to turn this way? Cool. Great. All right. He's like, yeah. Then he started asking me these questions. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I do this way, point the gun that way, and then, yeah. I'm going to be kind of doing this. I'm going to throw the piece up, you just kind of look out. He's explaining it to me, but he's filming it at the same time. So that was insane. And then I seen it did really well. And the comments were great. And the numbers were great. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know that we were filming. So go back and watch the Nick Fury skit on Jay Childish page when y'all leave this. That right there alone, even his intro is awesome. Like I envy his intro. I'm like, damn, I need an intro like that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Holla at your boy, but just don't yell. That shit is hilarious to me. That cracks me up every time. Like sometimes I'll be in the car and I will click on his theme song and let it play with the speakers because it's hilarious. What we got here? Somebody asked, who's my favorite person to work with? I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite. I think I just like to work and do as much as I can. What cracks me up too? Chase and Melanie are really, really funny to me together when I work with them. I think I played their dad as well. But I like working with everybody equally. You know what I mean? So I don't really have a favorite. I just like to work, period. So like you're about to see now, Indescribable is going to start being in my videos again. And she's helped me a lot too. She answers any questions that I have when it comes to online. She's doing really, really well on Instagram and TikTok, and she does a lot of brand deals. So I call her to ask questions. So I'm humble with stuff like that. Something I don't know, I don't care if you're younger than me. I'm just going to ask. And I always tell people that don't ever get that caught up that I'm older than you, this, that, and the third. Everybody's going to have their different talents and different strengths. So I don't get caught up in that. How long have you been doing comedy? It's hard to say. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. Yeah, that's why I keep covering my mouth. So here's the funny story. I didn't grow up wanting to be a comedian. I didn't want to be a comedian as a kid. I loved comedy and I loved being funny, but I never thought I wanted to do comedy. I knew I wanted to do theater. And I was really sold on theater when Tyler Perry first came out with like Family Reunion, and I've seen people like Brown and Medea, and I already had kind of wanted to get into it, but that showed me, I was like, yo, I can do that. Because I was the guy, my first performance as an entertainer was, I wrote a skit for my ninth grade class. I wrote a skit about Jerry Springer. And we did it for the end of the school year talent show. I don't know if anybody on here from Montgomery that remembers that, but that was crazy. And I wrote like all these fights and all these storylines and all these different things. I remember like having rehearsal. And I remember annoying the people that were in it because my mind was past where they were in that moment. I was like, yo, we need to rehearse. So this can be like this can be sharp so we can get the timing right. This is me as a ninth grader. So I'm 14. And I write this Jerry Springer thing. And I remember I told everybody it was called the Roddy Springer Show. And I remember hearing the audience, the crowd, my peers, they're like, Roddy, 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 Roddy. And I heard the cheer of the crowd. And when I heard the cheer of the crowd, I was like, yo, I like that. I enjoyed that. I said, I can do this through theater. And so that's why I was stuck. I love the instant, I like the instant reciprocation from the audience. So that's when I was like, well, I'm gonna do theater, you know? And then I go on, I'm in the band starting at 12, and I'm in band all the way till I'm 22. Bless you, buddy. Talk to my dog is sneezing for whatever reason. So then I'm in band, and then I become drum major. And then I hear that roar again. I hear that roar of the crowd. Like, oh. And this is funny because I'm in a corp style band, not an HBCU style. So for those of you who are in the band world, let me explain what that means. Corp style is the, if you go to a football game and Alabama bands come out, they're kind of walking. That's the kind of high school band I was in. But then when I got to college, I was in the HBCU band. And that's when we started playing like, you know, Uncle Luke and, you know, Usher and, you know, Nelly and back that ass up. And then I was that type of drum major. So I was a corp style drum major where I stood on a podium and did this. And then I was a HBCU drum major. I had the baton, I'm marching with the high knee lifts and all that. So, and I loved the roar of the crowd. So I knew by the time I graduated, I was like, yo, man, I got to do something where I hear that roar. It became addictive. So I was like, now I'm going to do theater. And then I did my first play in college. And then remember, those of you that were here from the beginning, I was a music major in college. So I did a theater show with, they had a new theater program just starting as I was getting ready to graduate. And a guy by the name of Dr. Awori, I thank him sometimes two or three times a year. He's like, hey, Rod, you ever just thought about doing this full time? I said, I've always wanted to, but my family, not a knock on them, but they held me back because I came from a family that didn't understand entertainment. So they kind of gave me that vibe. You know, that's why you got to be careful who's in your ear. All of these things are impossible. So I kind of gave up before I started. And he was like, nah, man, I'm going to introduce you. I want you to audition for the school called AMDA, which is hilarious. That's where Jasmine graduated from college, but that's a whole nother story. So I auditioned for AMDA. I get accepted. I get offered a scholarship by a certain organization I'll leave unnamed. And they bagged out 2 months before it's time for me to go. And then I was like, oh, crap. My feelings was hurt. I was disappointed. And then I have a cousin that lives here. She said, hey, man, move up here. Try to get some entertainment up here. And then I moved up here, and I've been here ever since. And I booked a play within my first couple of weeks, and I just kept booking plays. I had a moment where my phone was ringing all the time to do different plays. Atlanta used to be a really, really popular theater market until the film and television came here. So I was booking plays. Like, I was in a play every other month, a different play. Bam, 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 bam. I was loving it. And then finally, I booked this one play where I played the comedic character. So these plays I booked were drama. And I still was loving it. But I got this one play where I booked a comedic character. And it was at this church. And there was 2,000 people there. Back up, buddy. Back up. There was 2,000 people there, 2 shows back to back. So you're talking about 4,000 people on one night. This big, huge mega church here. The only thing is open no more. I think something happened with that church, but that's another side of the story. I get this standing ovation when I come out for a curtain call. And then after the show, a lot of people are like, yo, man, are you a comedian? I'm like, nah. But my homeboy is, I used to tell him about my homeboy, Funny Man Johnson. He wasn't famous like he is now. I was like, my homeboy Funny Man Johnson, you can call him. I give you his number. And I know this person, this, that, and the third. And then they was like, well, I mean, if you come to our church and do some comedy, I'll pay you. I was like, oh, well, let me go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? I'm on live, babe. And then so I was like, let me go ahead and do that and then run it like that and see how that goes. And then I go and I do this great show. My first show was awesome. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And then my second show, I bombed. And I realized the reality of it, how much talent it took and how much effort it took. And then I just kept trying to get better and better and better and better while still doing theater. But now film and television comes to Atlanta. So now I'm getting into that mix as well. So I kind of started blending all of them. And then after a while, it's like, you know what, maybe I'm just multi. Maybe I'm just good at a couple of things at the same exact time. So then that's how I got into film and television. I got into theater and I got to comedy and I got to emceeing. And then I don't know if y'all knew, I used to host for SEC Nation. I was the warm-up guy for SEC Nation for like 4 years. So wherever college football went with SEC Nation, I would be in the crowd, working with the crowd every game. So that used to be awesome. So I did that for 4 years up until I went to Disney. Somebody's got a question here. Hey, guys, and keep your questions coming, man, because I'm going to stop at the hour on the dot. Let's see. It says underrated. The Atlanta Nation cast is lit. Yes, they are. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I first saw you with Fenarios, bro. You were killing me from the jump with the quick comebacks. You're a real one. Thank you for that. I'm wanting to do YouTube full time. I'm waiting until my views go up. Are ballerinas better in bed? Hilarious. She's that's a personal question. I will say this: she's very flexible. Let's just go with that, and I'm gonna leave that right there. That's the end of that. I want to do full time. Chris, if you want to do it full time, are you a wrestler? Are you a wrestler? I see you got Chris wrestling. Yes, working with Lonnie is awesome. I did have a great time working with Lonnie. I hope we work together again at some point, but no pressure either way. If we do, great. If we don't, great. Everybody's busy. Everybody's schedule's crazy. If you want to do it full time, just keep going. I'm gonna tell you the same thing people told me. Listen, the first people I went to was I don't know if y'all know Tremo. I went to Tremo, Funny Man Johnson, Indescribable, and Lonnie. So those were the first 4 people I went to when I was like, I'm gonna try to do this full time because they're doing so well on it. So I went to them, and they were like, man, just keep going, just keep doing what you're doing. You find your niche and you keep knocking on it because you wouldn't believe how your niche. I mean, people just follow you because of your niche, and it just goes from there. So just keep going. I talk about wrestling news and views. I tell you what, Chris, put my video on your page, man. See how it does. Do a review on it. That wrestling video I did, and just bring it over there, man. And I'll come over there and comment. Just kind of write me a comment or something so I remember. And if you take it and put it up and do like a review, I think that'd be a good start if you're talking about wrestling stuff. Because those 2 ladies that were in that wrestling video were real wrestlers, so that would be a good start. And one of them already does. She already has a contract with AEW for the fall, so that'll be a good start. Where would you like this to lead to? Do you see yourself in movies? I believe you do great movies. Yes. I've done some movies already, so I'm a good actor. Not being conceited, but I love the challenge, and I do lots of research. I do a lot of studying. I take classes to this day. I don't ever feel like I've gotten to the perfect spot. I always want to learn something new and do something different, so I stay consistent at it. And like I said, I have 3 auditions on the table right now that would be probably tear me up if I get the call back from my agent that I got them. I would be very, very excited. So that's something that I definitely want to get into full time. Definitely. YouTube. I want YouTube. I want enough videos by the end of the summer. I have a goal. I have a number that I want to have. I want to do 30 videos by September the 1st. So when I'm booking a lot of comedy and a lot of TV and film during the fall, I'm still being consistent with you guys because I want to remain loyal to having things coming for you guys to watch and keep building this. I would like I want my subscribers to get up to 100K when they can because my views are crazy. I don't know if y'all see my views are way out of control for me to not have that many subscribers. Not saying that 12,000 is a lot, but my views are, I'm getting 100,000, 50,000, 60,000 with not even a high subscriber count. So thank you guys for watching constantly. I definitely appreciate that. But I would love for my subscribers to go up and the views to go up and then just be consistent. And I would actually like to create a television series and drop it on here. Like that Lonely Guy series I want to do, the one I said I want to do with Jay Childish. I want to do it on YouTube because I feel like that's where me and him connected. We connected here on YouTube. So it'll be what better than to put a show out that comes out on YouTube and you guys can watch it consistently. We can drop it like that. What do you say? Would you ever like to work with Jess Hilarious? Yes. But funny story. I met Jess Hilarious twice before she was famous. She was at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. Oh, I'm talking about maybe 2014 or 15. This is before she, she's got that. She's eating good now, looking good. So, but yeah, I met her back then, and she was funny back then. She was always funny, and she was nice. She was really, really nice. I know she get these raps for whatever, this, that, and the third, but she was really, really nice, and I would love to work with her. She actually comments on my stuff here and there. I know she's busy. She got millions of followers, but she's really sweet, man. Her and her sister, they both comment on my videos here and there. It's not a lot. I'm not gonna lie like that. I'm not flexing. But here and there, she'll throw a like on there or a comment and say something, or sometimes I'll repost something she do that's funny, and she'll comment like, thanks, bro, something like that. We're not homies or nothing like that, but I would love to work with her because I just love her type of humor, especially when she did that Office little parody she did. I don't know what it was called, something. I love that, and I love Just with the Mess, so I would like to work with her in that regard. That would be dope. All right, so do like a reaction video. Yes, that would be funny, Chris. I think that would be funny. What else we got here? Rod, how did you start doing the videos with the hat? Okay, so the hat thing. This question gets asked a lot, actually. I get DM'd about this guy. The hat was a total accident. I was sitting right here where I'm sitting right now. And the hat, I got it from a guy by the name of Juan Young. He was the fashion designer for the movie I did, Nice Guys Finish Last. And he gave me this hat because my character was comedic in this movie. He gave me this big, huge hat and this big, huge coat. I had this big, huge suit jacket on that was way too big for me. And I wore it to like a party, to like be funny or whatever. But I was so sweaty during the scene. He's like, hey, man, you can have the hat, man. I think you could rock it. I'm like, man, what the hell would I wear this big ass hat? And he was like, I don't know. You'll figure it out. That's funny that he said that. He said, man, you'll figure it out. You're a star. I'm like, all right, cool. Juan's a good guy too, man. Really nice while we were down there, man. He's a theater teacher in Little Rock, Arkansas. But I was like, okay, cool. So I have the hat, and I just bring it home, and I just sit it down. And then one day, I looked at it. It was sitting in my guest room, and I put it on to see what it looks like. I just kind of put it on and tilted it. I'm never going to wear this hat anyway. This hat is humongous. Where would I wear this hat? That hat is a look at me hat, and I don't like look at me hats because I'm a bald guy, so I like my bald head to shine. But I'm like, I don't want to wear a hat that says, hey, look at me, I have this hat on. And that's what that hat makes me feel like. So the day I tried it on, I didn't put it back up. I sat it on the couch, right where I'm sitting right now. I sat on the couch. And I was like, I need to do a video. And then I seen Tiny was like, you should do like one of your little rants. The little, what's that drama song everybody did? That little joint right there. So I was like, how do you do it? I remember asking her while we was working at the Katie Boat show, like, how do you do the thing with the little gong gong sound? And she explained to me how to do it. And I picked the topic about people moving to Atlanta. I hate blindside phone calls. So I was like, I hate when somebody calls me blindsided and asks me what I'm doing. I don't like people to ask me what I'm doing without telling me what they want. And then I had the hat, and then I had to be somewhere. I don't know if I had an audition, I had to go somewhere. But I had the hat, and I left. I got up off the couch, and I went to my truck. And I took the hat with me so I could remind myself, because my brain runs 100 miles an hour. I get scattered quick. And I took the hat with me. And I was like, so I took the hat as a visual reminder to do the video, right? And then I'm in the truck, and I was in traffic. And I was like, you know what, bump it. I'll do the video in the truck. And I do the video, and I put the hat on in the truck. And it got like 30,000 views in like a couple of hours. I mean, it was getting shared everywhere. I was like, oh, snap. So then I did another one at home. And then I did a third one. And then the third one, I thought, I'm not going to do the hat thing no more. I'm done with it. Because like I told you, I hate repeating things. And then I stopped. And then I tried to do something without the hat. And all the comments were like, where's the hat? 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 So then I started back doing it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do two more. And I'm going to stop. And then my producers, Demetrius Quinney and Brian Westbrook, and even Ja, the creator, they was like, yo, man, don't overthink yourself into mediocre content. If people like something, give it to them. I was like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. I was like, okay, bet. So I'm gonna bring the hat back. So now periodically, I try to do the hat at least once a week, but I just cannot do 5 videos like that. It would bore me. But I like it because I guess my improv is so fast. People just always look forward to see what I'm gonna say. So there'll be more hat videos coming soon. Let's see. Hold up. I'm gonna go back up. Don't leave, you guys. I'm at the hour mark. I'm going to stop. So if you got questions, go ahead and start dropping them. I don't want this to be longer than an hour. So yeah, yes, Chris, I would do a reaction video. Who would you like to work with that's on YouTube? There's a couple people. I would love to work with one, Just Hilarious. I would like to work with I did this movie with El Hodge. I would like to. It was a series, but we only did one episode. But I would love to finish out the series because people liked it. It's like 500,000 views. I would like to finish that. I don't think it's a particular person. I just want to work with somebody that puts me in a different market, if that makes sense. I would like to take my talents to markets that I'm not in. I would like to work with somebody that does great on YouTube in LA, somebody that does good on YouTube in New York, somebody that does good on YouTube in Miami or Orlando or in Houston. I would like to go to different markets with people that I don't really know fairly well, but I could go work with them and we had good chemistry organically, and then we could work together. So I would like to do that. So that would be so I won't break it down into people. I think I just want to work in different markets. But there are some people I find hilarious on YouTube. So it's hard to just break it down into, because you want to be realistic. When I first started YouTube, I was looking up to Issa Rae before she blew up. I would love to work with Issa Rae. That would be great because of her comedic timing. Not just because she's so successful right now, but her comedic timing to me is just awesome. I love women with great comedic timing. I think it just makes everything funnier. That's why I like working with TK. Her comedic timing is really, really sharp. Tiny comedic timing is really, really sharp. So I love that on video. It just makes it easy to work. It makes it more fun. So I enjoy that. So it's nobody in particular, just a different market. I would love to go to some different markets. So y'all got some people that y'all know in different markets that wouldn't mind working with Rod Minger. Shoot them a DM and see what they say. Do I host events or tour outside of Georgia? Yes, Michael, I do. I actually have shows out of town this month right here. I have a show in Charlotte, North Carolina this month. I have a show in Washington, D.C. this month. I have a show in Virginia this month. And I have a show in Birmingham this month. I have a movie premiere, which is Thursday with Fenarios. I have a movie that comes out on Amazon Prime at the end of the month. I do a lot outside of town, out of town. So it's not just here in Georgia. But I go on the road a lot with Steve Brown. He's a Comic View legend. So that's the guy that kind of gave me my first start at doing a lot of time on stage at once. He took me on the road without really knowing me, but we both graduated from Stillman. And Funny Man Johnson used to be his feature. And I would come to the shows and watch them before I was a comedian. And then when I started doing comedy, I guess Funny Man, I don't know if Funny Man told him or he heard on his own that I was trying to do more. And he came and watched me. I remember the first time he watched me, I bombed like shit. I had a terrible set, man. So I always respect him for giving me a chance after seeing me have a bad night. He didn't just judge me off that one time. I just had a bad set one night and he was there and I was so fucking embarrassed and ashamed. And he took me on the road anyway. And when he did that, I came over prepared. I had notes, cue cards. I was going through my notes and I had a whole skeleton. I had just bodied my whole comedy set because he was going to start letting me feature, which I had to go from doing 5 to 7 minutes, which what you do when you're new, to doing 30 minutes. And then I got thrown in the fire because we went to a show in Columbia, South Carolina, and the host had a car accident. So I had to open up and host and feature. So I had to be responsible for 45 minutes. And that's when I think I got his trust, and we've been rocking out ever since. What is this? Would you like to work with Big Ja, Miss Sade, or Clay Thomas, or Minx? Yeah. I don't mind working with any of those people. Definitely Big Ja, because I always get like a lot of people in my comments like that's Little Ja, and I mean, of course I don't like that, but you know what I'm saying. But I think it would be fun if we did a video where he walked into a room and lost weight, or he went to the gym and his trainer overtrained him, and then he came out my size. Because he is a bigger version of a bald-headed guy with a beard, just like me. Well, I just cut my beard off. You see, I got this clean face now. So that's not a thing anymore. But yeah, I won't mind working. And Minx, he's worked with the ATL Verse a couple of times. So I won't mind working with him either. I've never met him personally or physically or whatever. But, if the time permitted itself, I would work with any of those people. I don't have a problem working with anybody as long as they have good energy. I'm a good energy person. I hate to get around people that got bad vibes or bad energy, or they're too into themselves, or they're rude for no reason. I hate to get on a set and somebody's just rude. Oh, I've done this and I've done that and I've worked with this person. I know this person. Who cares? Once you're in Atlanta long enough, you've seen some of everybody. You know this person, and you might become cool with this person. The first play that what keeps me humble entertainment wise. First thing, I come from a family that don't even believe I can do this shit. So it's like, to me, it's the biggest motivation ever. This is like a big fuck you every time I do something. You know, not fuck you like personally, but fuck you like, yeah, on the entertainment level. Like, yeah, you know, you told me this shit was impossible, and now I'm showing you that it is. So go fix whatever somebody told you was impossible and keep going. And then the first play I did, damn near everybody in the play was somebody except for me. So I do this play. Dorsey Levens from the Green Bay Packers is the star of the play. He's been to 3 Super Bowls, won one. You have Rashawn Ali, who's Sister Circle. She's on the hottest radio station in town. She's hosted all the events, and she works at Inside the NBA, not Inside the NBA, but Game Time, NBA on NBA TV she works on, and she does sideline reporting at the Hawks games. There's Ryan Stewart, who's a part of the 2 Live Stews, one of the most popular sports shows in Atlanta, especially ran by black men. And then he also is like old NFL player, and he used to work on First Take with Skip Bayless and Jalen Rose. Karan Joseph Riley, who's also an old NFL player. He's an actor, and he's married to the legendary Terry J. Vaughn. And then you have Arlie Michelle, who's a popular singer, the sister to Bobby Valentino. And then there was me, who just moved to Atlanta. I've only been here 3 or 4 years when I booked this play, and I'm in this play, and I'm the comedic relief, and I'm coming out, and I'm getting a standing ovation every night. That was humbling, because the people didn't come there to see me, they came to see them. And I just had to do my job. So that's how I look at entertainment. From then on, I'm like, it ain't about who knows who or who's the top person. You come do your job. It's just like, I take it back to the basketball reference, because I know the game starts in a little while. Yes, it's great that Chris Paul is dropping 40 and Devin Booker is dropping 40. But Jay Crowder got to drop his threes too. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to throw some alley hoops. Somebody got to get some steals. Somebody got to get some blocks. So all of it is one big round thing. So when I can work with people that are humble enough to know that all of us are making this great, those type of people I want to work with. And if they don't feel that way, they're like, hey, I'm the star, shut your ass up. I don't need to work with them. That's okay. I just want to work with people that like to do good work. I wish you could go on to hear a show. Wording is hard. That would be dope. Hey, I don't even know. I've never even heard of that show. But yeah, I would do it. I don't knock anything. I'm open to anything that's good work. That's one of the questions on the book. Are you related to John Sally? No, I'm not related to John Sally, or I probably went to the NBA, because I could jump very high when I was young. I used to dunk very hard. I mean, you'd have rim marks on my forearm way down here. I'm 6'1", and I was really putting it in there back then. And I probably could dunk until I was about, I started at 15. I probably could dunk until I was about 30. And then I got 30. I dunked on my little cousin one time in the yard. And when I landed, I felt a sharp pain in both of my ankles at the same time. And I felt like that was God telling me, you're not supposed to be dunking, G. Let it go. Hold on, T. Kelly. What'd you say? You're simply amazing. Thank you, T. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, I hear that I favor a lot of people. I hear I favor John Sally, JB Smooth, Montel Jordan. A lot of white people tell me I look like Dave Chappelle, which I don't see it, but whatever. He's the GOAT. Big Ja, but smaller, whatever. What else? All right, guys, go ahead. I'm gonna give it 8 more minutes because people are still coming in. What's some more questions from here? What is this? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Nope. Some of these questions look kind of crazy. That's superficial. No, I'm not doing that. Oh, what TV shows do I like? Okay, so my favorite shows, I love to binge watch old shows. I love to laugh a lot. Because believe it or not, I'm funny and you guys laugh and things are great. But being funny and staying funny is very stressful, believe it or not. So I have to do things that I meditate, which I'm not meditating as much as I used to. But I gotta get back into it. But I love to binge watch old funny shows. So I love binge watching The Office. I love binge watching Modern Family. I've watched Martin so much, I can't even watch it no more. I have burned it out in my brain. Same thing with The Fresh Prince. Same thing with A Different World. I love to binge watch Everybody Loves Raymond. What else that's funny that I love to watch? Oh, I love Family Guy. I watch Family Guy all the time. So I watch a lot of Family Guy. And the good thing is my woman, we kind of like similar shows. So that really works out in my favor. She just came home. Hey, boo. So we both kind of are similar with that. And so that works out in my favor. Somebody said, oh my God, I've watched Martin too much too. Yes, I've seen every episode of Martin probably 100 times each. That's how much I watch. Like anytime I used to marathon, back before Netflix and back before you could record TVs, like Martin was always marathon on BET. It was marathoning on Fox sometimes and TV Land. So I would say hey to the people on Fox all the time, and then so I binge watched it a lot. So now when I watch, I'm just like I can't even watch this anymore. T. Kelly says, "How do you play the dad role so good? What is the motivation behind it?" So the dad role, I don't know. You know who I'm acting like? I'm acting like one of my uncles. I'm acting like my uncles, how they would act if they had kids young, because a lot of them did. And I think that's where it came from. A relationship from my past, I was a stepfather for about 4 years. So I do have some dad instincts, although I don't have any biological children. So I think that's where it came from. So I think I was acting like one of my uncles. And then, what's funny with my friends? That's me when I get hyped. I'm always full of energy, unless I'm just super tired. Like I've been really tired lately because I've been a little overbooked. And I've double booked myself a couple times, and it catches up with me. I still move around like I'm 30, but like I said, I'll be 38 in August 11th. So I will have a big birthday show. Jazzy J, come here, say hey. I want to introduce y'all to Jazz really quickly. She will be in some videos coming up. I think it's going to drop the week after next. So here's my fiance, Jasmine.
Hi, guys.
So she will be in some of my videos starting next week, and we'll be doing those together. But the dad skit did come from, I think I got it from my uncles. I think it's my uncles, and like I said, I was a stepfather for a little while. As y'all see, I like chocolate. So what else we got? Please make sure you get some rest, love. Thank you. Hey, big fan. Appreciate your work. What is your comedic style? My comedic style is storytelling. I love to tell a good story. Just like this. Like some of y'all been with me this whole hour. Like I just like telling good stories and put them together and piecing them together. And then piecing it together, making it make sense, and making it do what it do. So it works out great. I think that's all it is. It's just storytelling and then old memories. So I like to take old memories and kind of make them a little more dramatic, make them bigger, and then make them fun. So I think that's where my comedy style comes from. What we got? Please make sure you get some rest. Hey, fiance. She's beautiful. Thank you. Hi, all grace. Congrats on love. Thank you, Ilana. Your birthday is August 20th. Does that make you a Leo? Somebody said chocolate is the truth. Can't lie. Yeah, man, I love chocolate girls. That's my thing. I'm 50. How do I get started in stand-up? At 50, you want to just start. You want to go to whatever city you're in. You want to go to open mics. You want to get with comedians that will trust you or allow you to be around them to kind of learn the game. But you're going to have to go to comedy clubs and do what's called a guest spot. You hit the promoter ahead of time. It's like, hey, man, I want to come. I want to do some comedy. And record everything you do. I don't care if you set your camera up, I have somebody record you, or you put your recorder in your pocket. Because no matter how good or how bad you're doing, some of this I regret from my early days because I've got tons of jokes that I've forgotten. But you want to do that for two reasons. First thing, you need to hear how you sound. And you need to hear your cadence, and you need to hear your tone. Then the second thing, you need to remember what you say so you can make it better. So I'll give you an example. I have a joke that started out really, really, it was one sentence. It was a joke like, daycare is so high, I'm going to put my kids in foster care till they go to kindergarten. Right? It started with that one sentence. That was the premise. Now I got this whole thing about me trying to get a band scholarship for my kid when I have them. Me going to Father-Son Day and they teaching my son how to glue and color and paste. And they need to show him how to build houses and drive trucks. It's like now it's like a 5-minute bit, but it started with one sentence. So you want to start, you write your premise, you put it down in a notebook like this right here, and you go up there because they're only going to give you 3 to 5 minutes when you're new. And you just start and you just go with that. Let's see. Will you do a comedy tour someday? Someone said, hold up, let me go in order. Okay. I got to catch you next time you are doing a show in the A. I will have a show here in August. So I'll be at a club here in August. So I'll put that on here. And then, hold on, Bill. Hold on, Boo. Huh? I can hear him. And then, let's see. So I will be in the A soon. Yes, sir. You're Leo. Okay. Will you do a comedy tour? Yes. When time permits itself, I want to get a little more traction on my social media. Because now it's not about who's the funniest. It's about who's the most popular online. So that's why I tell you guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. They want to make sure that you're going to sell those tickets when you come. And I don't think I have the traction to just do my own tour on my own. but I would like to link with somebody that will allow me to kind of, do some things. I've talked to Trey Mo about me and him doing a tour together. And if y'all don't know who Trey Mo is, he's a popular YouTuber as well. He does the puppet named Keisha. He's really, really hilarious and really dope guy. And he's a great energy, man. Like every time I meet him, he's a nice guy. I bumped into him the other day at we both go to this little healthy restaurant called Doc Green's down the street from my crib. And we just bumped into each other, and I sat down with him and one of his friends, and we sat there and we ate and talked about comedy, and we laugh nonstop when we get together. And I've only seen him in person probably 5 times, but every time we get together, it's like some homeboys from back in the day. So I would love to do a tour with him. I tour with Funny Man Johnson, so I do his tour. I like his tour, but I also want to stretch mine because his tour has to be he has a certain type of audience, which is, I'd say this, I'm just going to say this politically correct. His audience is the same as the Disney audience. So your set has to be really, really clean and really, really structured, which I'm good at that too. But I also want a tour where I can let loose and say everything that I'm thinking. Where it's not just one, it's more of a blended audience. But I am always thankful when I go on the road with him or Steve or whoever else. Good advice given because some do not like to share that. What's up? No, I don't have a problem. Everything that I've done great in this industry thus far, somebody helped me. I've done none of this thing. The only thing I did alone in entertainment was move to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta with the clothes in my trunk. I stayed with my cousin for about 30 days. And then I moved one of my frat brothers for about a month and a half. And then I've been on my own ever since. Let's see. Will you do more live like this? You really giving good advice. Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, Jasmine's been pushing me to do more lives. My fiance. I didn't think it's my thing because I don't like just sitting here talking and I feel like nobody's listening. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like to go live, but when I do, they do kind of good. So maybe once a week. I'm thinking about starting doing them on every Tuesday night. But I'm gonna pick topics and talk about those versus just Q&A. I made this one a Q&A. Flash wants to say hey again, guys. He's saying hey again. Hey, buddy. You want to say hey to everybody? All right. Let's see. What else we got? Make sure if I missed something, say something. I'm sorry. I started with you on Lonnie and TK and had to follow you. Definitely talented. Keep pushing, sir. Thank you. Your inspiration IG talks in the morning are fire. Thank you. I do that, man. I tell everybody I'm very transparent about it. I had a really, really bad divorce back in 2013/14. And so I know, and then since then, when I started seeing other people that kind of experience that same kind of pain, because it's a different type of hurt when your marriage fails. So I try to be transparent and tell people everything that I remember that I learned and things that I've learned and things that I went through. I don't want anybody else to have to experience that. So I have an empathy for people that go through divorce. So I will take my time and stop and talk to strangers. So most of the people that hit me up about those inspirational talks I do in the morning about relationships are complete strangers. I've had people video me, chat me, DM me back and forth for 20, 30 minutes because I remember when I went through divorce, I felt alone. Now, I had friends. I had great friends around me. I'll never not that. But internally, that hurt. You feel like you're the first person to ever go through that. You're the first person to ever experience that. It's painful. You feel like it's never going to go away. You feel like you walk through a tunnel, but there's no light at the end. And so now when I got to a happier place, a lot of people felt like I recovered really fast, but it wasn't as fast as people thought. It took me about a good total year. I started counseling before I left her. I started counseling. We were still together. I tried to get her to come with me, but she didn't want to. So I was going on my own because I knew my mental health was bad. So then I was going to counseling about 4 months before I left her. And then I went for another 6 months after I left her. And then by that 6th month, I was good. And then I was like, whenever I get the opportunity to help somebody else where they don't have to go through the same things I go through, because, let's be realistic. A lot of people get online and they fake how they get through their relationship. Oh, I'm good. I'm just going on vacation. Oh, I'm good. I'm just going to have some drinks with my girls and my homeboys. Oh, I'm good. I'm good because I'm a boss. Oh, I got money. Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn how much you're worth. When that heart hurt, you could be worth $2 billion. That heart gonna hurt like a sumbitch. And you need to go get some help. You need to talk to somebody, a listening ear, somebody, a helpful ear. And I'm always gonna be there for anybody that as much as possible. I can't be there for everybody, of course not. But if you happen to hear one of my talks and it helps, great. Keep it, save it, play it over and over, whatever you gotta do. And the most I do, I tell people the challenges I went through. I hate to see people go through divorce and I'm having a divorce party. How you having a divorce party when you're still gonna be broken on the inside? You're still damaged on the inside. You haven't healed. Or people move on to the next person. It's impossible. It's impossible to have your heart broken in May and move on and be dating somebody else in July. That's just impossible. So that's how I started Inspirational Talks. I don't want to get into that. And I go, my good friend D. Derrick is here. So D Derrick is one of my best friends in the world. She's on here right now in the comments. I'm going to put y'all for the women in here. I want y'all to see. She has an online boutique. So whenever y'all see, I spelled that right. I think I spelled it right. She owns an online boutique. But so anytime I have a big event and Jasmine's coming, I buy clothes from Shop August Rose because she has something for every single occasion: red carpet, birthdays, vacation, beach trip, you name it. She has it. But she's a great friend of mine. When I went through divorce, she was always a great listening ear. She was there for me. We get together, hang out. We go out and party. And she's always been there. And, we've been there for each other for a lot of things. And we have real friendship. And that's always going to be my good friend. She's great friends with my fiance, Jasmine. They've embraced her since she got here from New York. And I've always been grateful for that. So a lot of these things I couldn't do without people like D. Derrick around, my mentor, Rashawn Ali, my boy, AJ Bassett, who's a motivational speaker, who, man, just manifested. He wanted to be a public speaker and moved to South America. Now he lives in Medellin. Those three people right there were around me the most, and my cousin Sharon, when I went through divorce. And some of this entertainment that y'all are laughing at, I would not have even been able to accomplish without those four people. So those of you that are in entertainment or trying to get into YouTube or trying to do comedy or trying to act, you need to make sure the people around you are great and they're proud of you and they're proud of your progress and they're proud of things that you do and don't mind sharing your stuff and don't mind liking, don't mind commenting, even when nobody else is. You need good people around you. All right. Let me make sure I miss no comments. All right, guys, I'm going to do this till the 20 mark and then I'm really going to get out of here. I enjoy the IG talks. Thank you. I definitely appreciate you liking that. The petty couple skit will you make it a series? So I don't know if you were here earlier, HR. That was one of my least favorite skits. It was done on a whim, but people like it, so I'm going to try it again. But it literally was we were packing up, getting ready to go, and I was like, man, it'd be funny when couples be trying to out-couple each other, and then boom, I did it, and then that's where that came from. But people are asking, so I'm going to try it one more time. Definitely feel the same. Your first live 2 weeks ago had me looking at my last relationships and my new one. I appreciate that, Mike. Definitely. Can't wait for that. We'll have something awesome to look forward to on Tuesdays. I appreciate that, Nicole. Nicole, man, thank you so much, man. Like, Nicole has been a very, very loyal subscriber, man. Like I said, she shares my stuff on Facebook. She puts in her group chats with her friends. She always comments on every video, and I'm always going to be thankful for that, man. What else? What's up, Rod? I really don't have a question. I just want to tell you I love your content. Definitely see big things for you. And before I go, those talks definitely speak to a lot of people. Very helpful. Thank you, Lizzie Lou. I appreciate that. And I think that's it, man. Unless I got any last questions. I didn't really want to go this long. That's it, man. Hoping for the best. Like I said, I got some auditions down in the books that I'm praying for. I hope those come help. I hope they come through. That would be great. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. A lot of people ask me who I think will win a championship. I think it's going to be the Phoenix Suns in 6. I enjoy binge watching your videos. Thank you, Tara. And keep watching. I got some more coming up. I know I've been gone. I told you June was a really, really busy month. So I will be back on in July. So I want to say something positive before I got here. A lot of y'all got goals and inspirations and things that you want to accomplish. Don't let nobody stop you, okay? Don't nobody have to believe that you can do what it is that you want to do, but you. You're the only person that has to believe that. Your mama don't have to believe, your daddy, your cousins, your sisters, your neighbors, people you grow up with. Don't nobody have to believe you. I remember working at Dillard's in Montgomery, Alabama before I moved to Atlanta. And I told my friends, I thought at work, like, hey, man, I'm moving to Atlanta, man. I'm going to get into entertainment. And boy, they bust out laughing like I told the funniest joke on earth. And now they come to Atlanta and they ask me for tickets. So I say that not to shade them. Don't nobody have to believe you. Imagine me. I come from this hard-working blue-collar family. They don't. I have aunties right now that think I don't work. They think I'm at home chilling every day. They think I'm just having fun. They don't know that I get paid, from different this. But it's none of their business. I mean, if they want to know, they should just ask. So you got to believe in you. That's it. You believe it. You write it down. Put it in a book. Write your goals down and make sure you're working towards them. And you keep believing. And it's going to be some dark days. It's going to be some hard days. It's going to be some days you'll drop something. You might try to do something with your business and nobody tries to, give you any business. And it's going to be like that. It's like no different than me putting up a video and nobody watches. That happened a lot. My first video I put up, I had, in January, I had 400 subscribers, 500, I think. And now I'm at 12,000 and we're still going. And we're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna keep dropping these videos. And I'm gonna keep moving. And I hope you keep moving in what it is that you want to do. Pray, meditate, stay focused, get negative people from around you. I don't care if you're related to them. If they got negative energy, they put negative stuff in your ear, you need to block them, just like you block somebody on Instagram. If you dating somebody and they got negative energy and they don't believe in the stuff that you want to do, you block them. You get somebody that believe in you, okay? My girl just came in here from work, and the first thing she did was look at my lighting to make sure it was right. That's support. She came in here and checked my lighting after she got work because she knows like I had this shit anywhere. So believe in yourselves. Do what you got to do. I'm going to start trying to do these every Tuesday. Don't quote me yet. But for right now, I'm going to try to do it every Tuesday night. So I'll be here Tuesday. Shout out to the Suns. Who would you like to work with? Anybody in another market. I want to work with some people in a different market. I want to fly out to New York, fly to LA, go to Houston, go to Miami, go to Chicago. I want to work with people in different markets. They got big followings and work with them. Thanks for doing this live and all love. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm about to get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed. Come back next Tuesday. And I appreciate all of y'all, man. And like I said, once again, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram as well. And then if you like my hilarious shirt, you can get these on my website, rodminger.com. So all the merchandise on there, and it's in different colors. So if you want to support that, please do. And, other than that, man, y'all have a great night. Enjoy the game. And I think I'll see y'all Tuesday. And I'll see y'all later.